also I realized that it's a blessing to have your spouse and give him peace. Just let him be. What he wants to do, let him do, because it's nothing. And now I know that really, and he knows, I don't follow him picking up things and saying small things. And ladies, just let your husbands be.
Us men shouldn't be happy.
No.
We shouldn't jubilate that she said, give the man space.
But then also, what man are you giving space? She said space to a president who has so many responsibilities. Give us space. And you do what? You're going to go to Russia and negotiate a deal.
So when the first lady said give a man space, she meant the president.
Are you going to come out to a CEO, but presidents, not you.
People who are handling things.
Who are juggling real stuff, real men.
So when you saw us saying, please follow this.
You see, China, I got a space, and you do what with that space? No, I saw a thing, I saw men jubilating. They said, give us space. The president was, I was like, say that again. The president was given, the what?
The president.
This guy is running the country. He has to make deals and think for 40+ million people. Of course, give him the space to do that. You guys could space for what?
The space for Jimpe. I have people.
We're not talking 10, 15 people, 40 million plus on such a West space.
But I'm also CEO of my company, so I'm there thinking, how do I add this to this?
When Banga Baba CEO, I'm talking about multi-billion-dollar
serious companies. Not Kasuko Media.
A very small percentage of smart people can project what the future holds and then invest wisely. Trust us and let us give you a proper vision for your future. The Golf Estate Chigo is one investment that can never go wrong. Welcome to the Golf Estate Chigo, located in a serene environment, a few meters away from Serena Hotel Chigo along Entebbe Express Highway. Be a smart investor and find the joy of living in a beautiful home with a magical view of Lake Victoria, affordable recreation centers, well-planned apartments. Enjoy our luxury space for your relaxation in our fully furnished state-of-the-art, well-planned apartments. Estates that are perfectly designed with you in mind to build your dream house with a modern hospital and an airstrip. Get true value for your money. Call us on +256 784 566 918 or visit our website www.thegolfestatechigo.com. The Golf Estate Chigo. Discover a haven.
Welcome to yet another edition of Kasuku Live in Kugabi.
Chichi.
And we are at the Posh Junction, Wanoko DeWinton.
Spear House.
Spear House.
Posh Junction Salon.
Yeah. Basale
Enviri, twin skincare products, Zabulishika, imported.
Imported.
Yes, you can look around.
For
all skin types.
It's a bit clustered.
Yeah, it's too busy with different products.
But anyway, well, he's doing his job.
Natural.
But I think you drink a lot of water.
I do exercise, drink a lot of water, but overall I do take care of myself.
Actually very important. I think the first time there's you are in a Lucky's groove back. Why it's important to drink water and to exercise. But I think you also don't do a lot of makeup.
At all. Oh, lipstick is the only thing I have
It's
now.
the only thing you do.
It's the only thing I do. It's the only thing I know how to do.
Wow.
Makeup, siri muntu wa makeup, simumanyi, siri muntu wa Angela, siri muntu wa
You don't do even nails, like you don't put on long nails?
There you are.
These are like your nails.
Stop langa bompe. These are my nails. Yeah.
These days people are doing things with their nails and you're like, wow. You're like, but you're like now like a celebrity. How do you move without makeup?
I don't do the makeup. I'm a Muslim who prays 5 times, and boteka ko enjala chibachi bofuna wudu ebata ita mbulungi kati nagenda okulanga bijja kunsumbuira bweri, and I don't need it.
You don't look like someone who prays 5 times.
I do 5 times a day.
Wow.
Yeah, I do.
Okay.
Let
Let me first breathe in. No. So like, okay, you know, I'm a student of psychology, so they teach us not to judge people by what they look like. Yeah, so you don't look like someone who prays 5 times a day.
How do I look like?
You look like because look, Lucky, I see you a lot on like social media.
Yes.
And you're always like dancing.
Having fun.
Yeah, having
I'm a happy
fun.
person,
Yeah.
yes.
So you don't paint the picture like you could be doing.
Religious.
You know? Yeah, you're like.
But I post pictures of, especially Fridays when I'm wearing the hijab.
Yeah, but Friday is Friday. It's like us on Sunday. Everybody is like, we are going to church. We are going to church.
No, I mean Salah 5 times. Yes.
Hey, that is nice. Yeah, man, I didn't know.
Hey, mashallah is what they say.
Mashallah is like thank you.
No. Mashallah is it's chiwa cha mukamo, something like that. Mashallah chiwa cha mukamo. Muba Kristayo. Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
Now, last time we were here, people picked a lot of things from what you were saying, but the ladies specifically, what answer ya, what do you bring to the table? So ladies, kati what do you bring to the table? I bring kids. I bring this.
I am the table.
I am the table. Actually, I remember the exact statement. Ko TikTok katambula nnyo. I said, I am the table. So there's actually Musajja Foriyani ono wa boys mentorship Kuteesa. Yali abuuza ebibuuza omwana n'amutagingira ka video n'amugamba refer to that. So but of course emirundi egisinga nkuleeta wano okubuuza especially about gender roles.
Right.
Olunaku lwaleero conflict ezisinga ze tulina in relationships are about gender roles. What does the man do? What does the woman do in a modern society today?
Right.
Yeah. So very many men feel women have abandoned their roles because of women emancipation. It's the modern society. You know, and all those things. So there are men who are preaching. They're saying, no, we need women to go back to the core. And the women are saying we can't go back to the core. Actually, last time I was with you here, you were saying, if I'm working and you're working, why don't you make yourself breakfast?
There's nothing wrong with that. It doesn't take away.
And I was with Kuteesa and he was telling me, Kasuku, I was very disappointed with that interview you did with that lady. How can she tell our women that they make themselves breakfast? So, nechituleta to a point.
What's his name?
Kuteesa.
Tell Kuteesa to live out of his ego. Live outside of his ego. Then he will understand my point. Live outside of his ego, because he was speaking inside his ego.
But you know, for a man, the ego is the most important thing.
That's what is killing you guys.
So he was saying some of the things, and actually it was a very big point of debate on Twitter there,
right?
Where he was saying ideally a real woman is one who welcomes you back, says you come back at 2 in the night.
Was that the guy who puts Luombo on his pages?
Yes.
Oh, okay.
Says kulikayo sebo oli otya jendi, you sit down, ne bakuwa n'onaaba mu ngalo ne bakujjulira emmere at 2 in the night. Ne bakujjulira emmere bulungi ne bagikuteeraawo.
Next time carry that man with you.
Omukyala n'atuula wali n'akulinda n'omala okulya n'ogenda ne bakuteerayo amazzi n'onaaba n'omala okunaaba, you give the man some and then you sleep.
Yo.
And when he wakes up, working or not, whether you are working or not,
right.
when he wakes up, you're supposed to have been up already to give him breakfast.
In 2023.
In 2023.
How old is this man? Because you know, when you're having such conversations, you have to understand that abantu bava mu eras is really different. You cannot have Generation X giving advice to Generation Z or millennials, because time has evolved, and when time evolves, certain things do change. Season change, people must change. People who cannot accommodate change, one change, one. Are you able to accommodate that change? Because everything that changes comes with a lot of it that may not be comfortable with you, but you must go by it. Tolimu 2023, yes, you have said abachala, they have fought for emancipation, rightfully so. Women are working, probably taking up more responsibilities in the office more than men, or maybe at the same equal level. So that means the roles are going to have to change. Ate mulekerawo okufuula relationship a general thing. It's not. It's not a general thing anymore. What works for you, Kasuku, in your home, I've said this before, may not work for me. Muyina okutegeera anti marriage, relationships is a partnership. Partnership, meaning that there's going to be moments, Kasuku, where you're going to be busier than your woman. But who tells you that in the future there's not going to be days nga Kasuku today waka ngomukazi ya later?
Ebintu ebyo nayo n'abasajja benaku abavubuka abasinga bagamba babigezezzaako ne bamanyirwa. That every time you try to make your lady a meal, like you say, okay, Lucky is working, let me say she's doing the evening show from, let me say, 4 to 9. So you're like, okay, let me prepare her a meal. She's going to make it. You have to make the meal.
So the women will say the same, that every time a woman comes out of her pocket to take care of a certain bill, because Kasuku, you're not able to, maybe because you're working, nabo bati anti bwentandika okugamba nti kati kansasule rent guno omwezi mulemera muloko
noganga techa rent tukikuweredde ddala.
It would be the same thing, but are you living like enemies? I ask people, how are you living? Chechigenda maso. You're supposed to be friends. You people are married to your enemies. You're married to your competitors. Why are you competing in your home?
You're relationship.
You're one. Somebody to say, help me with the bill. Help me? But I have children with this man. Am I helping him, or I'm just contributing?
Okay, so baby help me is a bit more courteous.
Yeah,
when you say someone nyamba onsasulireko,
nyamba onsasulireko ku rent, nyamba onsasulireko ku bill y'amazzi. It doesn't sit well with you.
It doesn't sit like well it's your responsibility.
It's not my responsibility, but you're my partner. I understand what it means for somebody to be someone's partner. Zenakula Kasuko, in a home where my dad took care of my mom to the last bit.
Everything.
My mom was there, a stay-home mom. And we never lacked. We never, without complaining. You know, mama yasasuddeko ku kantu. How much was your money? Ngazimudiza.
Basajja bali kutesa bayogerako.
Chevali ngamba kutesa nti aba basajja bayogerako tebakyaliwo. Lwaki asuubira abakyala bwe batu okubeerawo?
Okay.
So
for you feel if a woman is to wake up at 2 to give you that food, you must be making sure you're meeting all her needs.
Yes. You must make sure that you are playing your role of a husband in a traditional way. Traditional way nempale bajigulanga. So you're not going to want a traditional woman when you're not a traditional man. A traditional man, I never saw any one time my dad come at 2 a.m. to wake up my mom to make meals. My dad was always there. He would drive back to have lunch. Maybe they had a different kind of relationship. That man would never come back home. Ngajogo, otia. Just because you're a man, you can come back 2 a.m. ubandokolachi. Mukulu mpazi ngobandokola. Si wabya.
Abakazi.
Muzunze nnyo mu mabala. 2 a.m. nga wasalawo I can understand you maybe probably onoonya mawulire oba biki naye onooganoonya buli kanaku saa munaana.
Nange ssebo waliwo lwe naddangayo ne bambuuza ssebo ovaawa ku saa munaana naye nga ne mu kwekwana twatambulanga ffenna ku munaana.
Ati kati is good relationship evolving nze. It's now something else. Mwina abaana.
But doesn't take away the fact that I'm still working.
It doesn't take away the fact that you're still working, but now you have to set boundaries with how you work. You have to set
zinajja. Now setting the boundaries because there is a family.
Anya kusasula sente kusawa munana. Omanya mulimo gwokola nange gwenkola. Katogenda kusobola kunimba. No, you're a journalist and I know what it comes with.
Yeah, but I have to at night ngenda yo mu field ne nonya amawulire. Ngenda kati like a Thursday ninogenda ne ntola ku Torino. Chameleon agenda kujayimbe. Ragadi agenda beerawo, gundi agenda kubeerawo.
Naye nga tewetaaga kumalayo show number.
Lwaki nedda. Kati luli Chameleon we are graduating nga yalinya ku stage saa mukaaga ne gawuni ye. Bamubuuza wasoma ki? Abagamba gwe twala kimu nti gawuni yino nasomye. And that is the story.
But if you have
so if I'm home by
because
also, I don't understand like what is the fuss with women and men being home early?
Ati kakati ebintu life y'ekiro ejja n'ebintu bingi. Ejja n'ebintu bingi nnyo, there's a lot of temptation and you okwekwana otuddawo mu bbala tolina muntu, of course ogenda kulaba y'akantu kakusanyusa wuuyo muli mutoyi. Did you understand like nga kigwereyo naye nga
I get you.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So there's a lot of temptation. So a woman sitting back home abayagala kubeerako naawe mwezi essaawa ate oli eyezunga wawasa waaki oyo gwolekerera.
Abasajja abasinga bagamba buli we bakeera ewaka argument zino teziggwawo because maybe she wants to watch Telemundo, you want to watch Kawungezi, so teekako si teekako, then the children want to watch cartoons, abaana baleke balabe balaba.
Omanyi kyenzuula
the first argument nebeerawo
temuli ba mikwano
mu marriages,
you're not friends kubanga kye kiba kikuyombyawo. Kye kiba kikuyombya.
You mean lucky if you're home by, let me say 5, your husband is home by 5 on a daily, the guy wants to watch CNN news, Donald Trump bamutwala, it's running from, let me say 6 to 9. You don't watch Telemundo. Ekyo ng'okireka for like a full month.
It's not that simple.
You let the guy just leave.
Mulekeraawo okuyombera obuntu obuli so trivial.
No, I think your interests are not the same with everyone. Because people are having arguments over the TV.
That's what I'm telling you, that relationships vary from one person to another. Every time you generalize, and people who are watching us now, totwala nti Lucky kyakola, nti naawe kyogenda okukola. Nsobola okuwaayo ebintu ebimu ebiri positive, gwe naawe ng'omukyala by'osobola okutwala. But I can't change what's in your home. First of all, nebye tuyina ffe waka, oba gwe byoyina ewaka, maybe tebifaana. Kati ogambye TV. What if I have a TV in the room that I can go watch while he watches
in like the bedroom?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Or what if I have a phone that have access to these things? So game plans zichuka. Chamagero nabiwulira ebintu byena yenna
takkiriza TV mu kisenge, takkiriza simu mu kisenge.
Makage. That's what I was telling you.
Hey. But then women, again, we are saying Chamagero ngaafuga bobye wakawe.
No. Makage. Chamagero is a good friend of mine, so I know how he runs his things, and I know where he's coming from. So if he wants to be logical, that's fine. Then there are some people, you watch a movie together, you don't know what kind of movies you are watching in the room, that we can't watch in the living room because we have children.
Wow.
Or watch together. So I'm not going to watch a very nice movie. Akatuteka mu mbeera ne muno mwami wange ng'abaana balaba. Eri okalaba bulungi nga ne sound ko eri nga tegijja kufuluma. Okitegeera. So it depends on how you look at it.
Yeah.
So if you look at it that way, for chiba chitukolera, whereas Chamagero yayagala abere mu
focus omukyala ye TV.
First of all, some of us know how to do so many things at the same time. Okay.
So you juggle this, but I think, like you've said, this generation, people are always on the phones at home.
That's true.
Yeah? If they're not on the phone, they are on TV.
That's true also.
But then of course the upbringing nti oli yakula tata taliwo oba literally nga the parents are not there. So this person is free, she's doing her things the way she wants them. The moment you come back home, ale yo pike watch it chili wechiti. Ani yatadde wano bino bibuti. Nemo wade wano wachi wabero bafana we wati. So someone is getting irritated. Then sometimes genuinely what you're raising is the truth. You're like, come on guys, it is already 7 where watch tetulia oshitegera mafe tetulia chagulo and you're like even my children tebalia chagulo. Why is that so? Is this why they are looking mayigwe kasitokera wano tandika okweronda londa kuchino kuchiri so most men choose nanga nti kanzire yekanga bebase omukazi nyumyeko naye eddakiika 2
naye kati awo n'omutegeero kyembombera n'abantu ne babakola ebintu nga temubamanyi because you do psychology, you're not spending enough time with them to get to know them. Just because we are married it doesn't mean that I'm getting to know you, and people change and evolve. Sometimes you will miss the change because many times you're away. Nga choose ate ebintu ebikyusa abantu bingi, things that you go through like grief, sente zibuze, azadde mwana, those come with so many changes. Katwagala muntu wakyuke ogambe naye siggwe gwe nafu, of course see ye because time has passed, they've grown, they are healing,
and they've learned to go through things without you.
And you don't want that. Don't you let your person learn how to go through things without you being involved. Abagenda n'osigaza face.
Nategeera nti olaba ono nsobola okubaawo nga taliiwo.
Kati kyekye oba ogasa ki?
Naye okuddayo wali olina ekintu kyoyogedde kiri very important. Abantu, how do they live together and they're not friends? Like, because I always wonder and ask people like, how do we get to a level where we even can't talk? In a relationship nga nakukwana bulungi ne to moving through steps no kiriza to move in with me, you know, like how do we get to that point?
Anti kakati buli ekintu ekibeerawo mu relationships and you don't work on it, you don't heal from it, you carry it to the next place otuuka omuntu n'akutama. Ate ng'olina past trauma mu eyo relationship nga kasuku yakola ekintu emyaka 3, but because you said you're sorry, you think she's over it. You never really truly showed any remorse when you did that. The word sorry came out, but that sorry didn't come with action change. So ekyo bwe kibeerawo naddala abakyala asirika n'akitereka n'ogenda nga omusajja akutama because now they are piling up. Yakola kino, okay sorry naddayo kyovula n'amala n'akivaako sigenda kwogera. Let me just katika mutunulire obutunulizi. Olaba ebyo mama be yatugambye tuve ku basajja nga kuvaako. Naye okuvaako kwako tekuli positive. She's just katukuze baana oba whatever naye nga gwe yakuta. You can't be friends like that. A friend can't treat you like that.
Oh, so from what she said, us men shouldn't be happy. No. We shouldn't jubilate that she said give the man space.
But then also what man are you giving space? She said space to a president who has so many responsibilities. Give us space. And you do what? You're going to go to Russia and negotiate a deal.
So when the first lady said give a man space, she meant the president.
Are you going to come out to a CEO, but presidents, not you?
People who are handling things.
Who are juggling real stuff, real men.
So when you saw us saying, please follow this.
You see, China, space, and you do what with that space? No, I saw that thing, I saw men jubilating. They said, give us space. The president was, I was like, say that again. The president was given, the what?
The president.
This guy is running the country. He has to make deals and think for 40+ million people. Of course, give him the space to do that. You guys could space for what?
The space for Jimpe. I have people.
They're not talking 10, 15 people. 40 million plus. I'm such a Kamwes face.
Yeah, but I'm also CEO of my company, so I'm there thinking, how do I add this to this?
When Bang Mbaba CEO, I'm talking about multi-billion-dollar
serious companies. Not Kasuko Media.
multi-billion-dollar companies. Ochitegeera, hey, Bazak, Barney, Boba, Elon Musk. Give them space to be creative, and you know they employ billions of people.
Space to survive.
You took it literally.
Yeah, we're like, well, she's saying the truth.
She's a fellow woman. I don't want to get into it.
You don't want to get into it.
No. It's whatever it is. It's still. How do you know her? How is she doing?
I don't know, but I know the brother. The brother actually is not working on TV anymore.
Yeah.
I think, man, the social media on Zembimanyi.
Zembimanyi, it can break you.
It can really break you.
It can break you. So
if you're not strong.
There's nothing like strength. We all have a weakness.
At some point.
At some point you're going to break. It's just that you don't know when. So you just need a trigger that is beyond you. This thing is huge. You can imagine your parents watching you do that. But that's a story for another day. So if she's okay, if you can reach out, reaching her out. Social media, you can make fun and do what you do. But behind closed doors, people go through real things. So you can imagine thousands. I've seen many people making comments, including you. I saw some guy saying, "Oh, you are yo." That was her boyfriend. They were having a silly moment, stupid on their part. But that makes them
their
human.
Relationship. Yeah, but I think people are doing those things.
But okuvayo kyekikulu nti kati kiri mu maaso ga buli omu. Naye ng'ekyo si kyekikulu ennyo ekiri awo. Ate si bafumbo nti it will look some type of way, but then a side thing, that's different. Chijane repercussions in Alosese.
I saw people say, but it was good for our eyes. You know, it was good for, so sometimes the thing about social media is we all can't feel the same pain.
And if it's not you.
And if it's not you.
And I did want to bring this up. The Choloachi Muno, after the passing of your friend, abantu abamu bavanga yo ne bagamba yakola kino, therefore. And then some people were like, but how are you going to say that about somebody who was passed? I was like, because people had different experiences with him. Now, when somebody comes out and says, of course, because that's the experience that person had with them.
That person.
So, social media is like that. Onagenda kubeera ne experience endala no. So tovangayo n'ogamba nti omuntu ono mubi publicly. Wotyo nga taliwo because you don't know who you're hurting. Maybe the parents had a different experience. Keep it to yourself. Yeah. Akonako kankayiseewo. Mpola.
I think we need to be, from some of the things I've learned is I think at the end of the day we need to be, in some situations, we need to be positive, not for these people that we are talking about, but for the people that either related to them, you know.
Yes, show compassion. Kubanga boba azala mwana. Tebazaala
obori tata we. We didn't choose that this should be my dad. Just, you know.
Chiri. So no tata wo mwana mugamba mwana yakoze ekintu kinene nnyo. This is an adult daughter who chose that moment and it came out the way it is. Katuyagala tata wakola atya. Amwegane mwana we. Kati gwe ng'omuzadde, learn how to mirror yourselves through other people. Gwe ng'omuzadde naawe kirowooza kunoga kasuka oyina abaana nti kati bakuze nga gwalimu eyo position.
And it can happen.
And it can happen.
And it's out of your control because when.
Okola otya. So social media, much as we choose, sometimes we are humans. It shows some humanity as you deal with these things. What you share, you should take a responsibility as adults. Temupapa nnyo.
But naye bitutambuzaako.
I knew he would say that.
Emyezi gibadde gitegigenda.
But what really bothers me, those abasajja tebabeera nnyo mu picture.
Exactly.
Kinyiiza rather.
Okay.
It's not giving. it's not giving like balance. It's not balancing. It's not balancing.
Women are saying we want the same energy you're giving the woman should be the same energy you're giving the man, which is not happening.
It's not happening. And that's it. And that's it. And yet, bachikola bombi bambi omukyala ye kubanga she is the way she is. But she
shouldn't feel embarrassed. She's cool.
I think they should sue that place, period.
The place or the guy who recorded?
Because we don't know. It happened in that. Shouldn't you protect your clients?
Yeah, but how are they supposed to protect a client in the toilet?
But how
because
is it
it's already private that they close.
And how is it possible? Because
Mukamoli.
How? That's a breach of security.
Yeah.
That's a breach of security. There's a case.
With you.
There's a case, period.
They should sue.
I would have thought so.
Wow.
There's a case there, and if there's a lawyer out there, I'm sure there are plenty. Awaliwo ku musango weguli olabanga bwokebera omuntu ku security ku gundi bwe bandi badde bateekawo abantu awo abo kiba kitegeeza nti oyo muwala bwe banga baamutwalayo ng'oyo si boyfriend we and she was maybe intoxicated and that was actually an act against her because we don't know, then that means, and then that's that. And that's a real case.
It's a different...
Because you don't know. You could
see because how do you have a location that someone can use the kamoli n'alaba omuntu ali mu toyi byakola
kitegeeza basobola okusuulira ekintu kyayina.
Yeah, they can easily kill you there.
Exactly.
And wow. Anyway.
Yeah, so that's another way of looking at it. Yeah. That's another side of the story.
But going back to the 2 a.m. thing, so for you feel it's not
2 a.m. It's not compatible.
You couldn't wake up at 2 a.m. to give someone food? If
say you have traveled abroad and your flight comes in at that time, I will wait for you and I will serve you food. So the scenarios is anjawulo.
So if I'm this guy who come, I buy this food at home, it's literally my home, and I say I've come back at 3, I want food.
I'm not going to, the food will be there, it will not be served by me. The food will be there. 24/7. But I'm not going to wake up to give you food at that time. But let's be humans. Why are you waking up a human being at 3 a.m.? 3 a.m. in the morning,
Yeah, but this guy is coming back to his house.
And his house, what do you mean? Our house. His house, he should have married his house. Mujizimbe, what you say? Do you understand?
That lucky a man lives at 7 in the morning. Agenda anonye sente ze monalya. Akomyewo yalesewo sente mugule mmere. Akomyewo enjala emuluma ku ssaawa 8.
Emmere ajagisangawo sikugambye mtu
tosobola gimusavinga. Kati olani abagendo gimusavinga.
Ajja kwesavinga at 3 a.m. Okujjako nga waliwo ensonga ennene ku lwakyaze ku ssaawa ezo ate nga communicatinze nti kakati ndina wano ka meeting kaluddemuko at 3 a.m. Do you think you can, wait for me or find a way? I won't take a call alarm ku 2:30, 3 a.m. nenzukusa nenkukulisaayo. How did it go? Nenkusavinga. Bw'obanga osaba bino ebintu, sometimes it's not you saying nti mpemmere. It's the how you ask. It's the how you kati bw'ojja n'ogamba ennyumba yange. That's different. Learn how to respect your partners. Okireese otya nti kati hani manyi waliwo kaddiiru wano. I am going to be away till 3 a.m. otyo kati osobola okuzuuka ku 3 a.m. nosaba nti you see how you've brought it with love. Nange mbeerawo nga nkwesunze nendaba bu TV bwange nenteekako alamu 3 nembugumya wali enva nenkulinda. And indeed n'okomawo 3 a.m. naye tojja kuboggolanga. Gwayina empisa embi. Akwana. Gwayina ki. Kakati naawe okeere and you tell a woman, I'm coming back at 3 a.m. because it's my house. You serve me food. Ayete mtujoga. How do you speak to your partner? Are you kind? You're not kind. Temuli kind. Mukola ebintu bingi. And yet you want the respect. Respect is not something you demand. It comes, it is earned and it's automatic. Omusajja bw'aba kuwa ekitiibwa ng'akwagala. Lwaki sizzuukuka ssaawa? Ne bw'oŋŋamba nti zuukuka 12 wagenze 12 waliwo kaddiiro akagudde era 5:30 nze mba nazuukuse dda omwami akomawo. Because I know even when you come through the door it's going to be with love. Hey, hi. You know what I mean? Sikugera ekintu nga kitambula bulungi. Naye you're not kind. You're not kind and you expect kindness. Mutuleke. Tekijja kukola.
Women have a way of bringing up reasons. So last time it was the table. Today, kwogera obulungi. N'omukyala with love.
With love. Vice versa. Also the women
should talk with love.
Hey, muleke go chichi. What's going on? Lwaki tubeera twewuganira tuwo. Hey, same. Mutual respect, mutual love, treat each other with kindness. Buno bufights when we know tono mere people are fighting for food. Can't believe it.
Yeah, but I think what's really like hurting most relationships are not the big things. They're the small things.
Auntie, small things
that you could feel like, well, Lucky could understand that I'm coming back at 2 and provide the food. There are some people who say, I talk to my man, nemuganti emmere ngenda giteeka mu flask, ojja gisangawo we serving.
Ngate nga takiinaako buzibu.
Abasajja abo naaga nti mba mwagala aveeyo.
Tolaba nti awebeera you're living in your ego.
Atuule wali because I come back at 2, it's the time I have. I come back, she sits there, we talk. How was your day? How have things been around here?
She doesn't want to. You're being a dictator. She doesn't want to. Ayagala mwembi nga muzuku. Do you understand? I mean, you and you work very early in the morning. Nze nzukuka ku kitundu. Naye olaba ne bw'ozuukuka.
Obeera vambuliri.
You're like there. Kwagamba ne exchange tegenda kubeera as interesting, as kind. Kubanga okyalimu eyo mu sleep mode, omubiri gukoowa ne gushuttinga down. That's human nature. Now you're trying to wake somebody up ng'alimu eyo rest mode. And you expect what? Tekijja kukola. Mudde ewaka mangu. Batugambe tubaleke kweko kubaleka. Naye mukeereko.
Okudda eka.
Oba oyagala ebitooke nga liboobeze bulungi n'emboozi ng'egenderako n'ebiri ebirala ebigenderako ove ku mmere oli emmere endala.
Saawa emubeera ewaka.
Ne bwe zitabeereemu. Ne bw'ojja 3, 4.
Namanyi nti wali abakyala bayomba nga omusajja akomyeyo saawa 4. Nambuuza ovaawa ku saawa 4.
Bw'oba nga wamanyiza ojja 11. Ngate to communicatinze kiba kitegeeza ki kiba kitegeeza so kyenva nakugambye nti dynamics za relationships zaawukana buli omu ayina zize ate mugezeeko okukozesa ezo ze muyina zibakolere totunuulira kasuku ne Lucky naye naawe tunuulira obufumbo bwe butambuza otya
how best abamu mujja kweteeka ku Lucky nga Lucky ayina ssente ze nga osanga bbaawe eddooni nga yetafaayo balina ebintu ebigere gye bitambulamu ojja osange Kapalaga enansana akomewo n'ekyennyanja ku 8 ng'ayagala kirya omunyumize bino Lucky byali mu myambo sibanze sikikuwa ajja kubalulire bwereere omusajja bw'amanya nti Kapalagawo atoba n'ennusu ye yayise taxi olunaku lulamba va mu buliri ekyennyanja okiteekeko
owa taxi n'abambi bayiriba nnyo saawa ezo zonna era abakyakola
anti kyenkunnyonnyola so like she said every relationship should be handled differently tokola general happiness nolowooza nti ensi ejjatambula bwetyo
tojja kukola
thanks for your time.
You are welcome. Next time nkomyawo ombuulira ate kyamagero yayogedde naye banaye kyamagero agenda nayogera ebintu naye muganda wange
I should host you with Chamagero one of these days.
We've worked together. Twitter.
Yeah?
Tubeera bwetu.
Naye kati gwate nakukyaza ne kuteesa.
Kuteesa, the man who wants food at 2 a.m.
Yes.
Namusobola oyo.
Musobola okuvaawo.
Kubanga I think we come from, I'm lucky that I've gone through different generations and I understand that because nature of job and nebintu ebirala. So transitions nze tezinshocking. I don't mind change. There's people who mind that.
Anyway, men have different experiences. I think sometimes why they go hard. Ono omusajja omu yanyomiza yalina mukyala we. Nga mukyala we tafumba ewaka. Ng'ate omukyala akubira omusajja is leaving office, let me start at 8. Nanga come back with your food and mine.
Nenga chibakolera.
No, the guy was not okay with it. But he had to walk out of the relationship.
But what made
it's like, why does a woman or Siri waka, why can't you make
But because they never set boundaries, what made her think that she could do that?
Exactly.
Awo ino okutandikira nti tokyuka makati kitandikire ddala nga mukyali.
Nga mwakekwana.
Lay out your foundation. Tosobola kukyuka nti nga tewalinga ogireeta nga gwamugamba noga don't cook, let me bring. Now all of a sudden you want her to cook, are you?
Yeah, but doesn't also the woman notice that now the years have gone by?
Bolowooza fena batukuza bulala. Bolowooza. It's not a common thing. It's not a common thing.
Kugamba mwagala kubeera constant kye watandikirako kyoyagala bakuvugireko.
Kyoyagala bakuvugireko. Nalaba ku TikTok waliwo omusajja yapekinganga mukyala we buli ku makya nga agenda okukola. Lwe yeerabira bw'ati yamukubira n'amugamba love don't live here anymore. Wabadde kyove. He missed just one day.
Just one day.
Don't teach a woman something that you're not going to consistently do. Yavaako nagamba afunye omulala peke wajiwaddani.
Well, there's so many things we still have to learn.
Yes.
Especially about women.
No, even men. It's a learning program. Basajja bazibu. But that's a story for another day. Temulibango nga bw'omulaba. Kyova olaba ye Mama Janet yabavaako. Nagamba leave those men.
Give the man space. But just to emphasize, they were saying the president. Sigwe bank teller. Akola ku post bank branch y'okwowino. There is no space you need, you man.
What are you
doing? Come on immediately. They won't give you any space.
They don't need the space.
So until next time, mubere bulungi mweraba.